Hello, Temple listeners. Welcome to the Nourish Life, your regular dose of practical wisdom and gentle encouragement on your journey towards a healthier, happier life. I'm your host, Namsa Mokwena, a registered dietitian, passionate about helping you cultivate a positive relationship with food. Inflammation is something that affects a lot of us. This could be skin inflammation like acne, joints, which tends to be more like wrist pains or ankle or finger pains, as well as bloating, constipation. Those could also be signs of inflammation within your body. Chronic inflammation carries a lot of negative sides to it because if your body is inflamed for too long, it starts to affect your normal working of your cells. Think of it as your body being put under heat for too long. So some of your cells wouldn't be able to take all that heat and could start to die off. Fortunately, you can actually help your body to control inflammation through your diet. This would be by incorporating anti-inflammatory foods like whole grains, or generally whole unprocessed food, like your lean animal proteins, skinless chicken, red meat with the fat trimmed off, lower fat cheeses like mozzarella, cottage feta. Those are ways of helping make sure that you are getting the best out of your diet to control the inflammation within your body. Other whole foods which are anti-inflammatory or which help reduce inflammation in your body would be fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds, and also generally healthy fats. And these are great ways of helping your body while it's trying to fight against something. Because a lot of the time, inflammation is your body's way of fighting an infection, fighting a sensitivity. So help your body through this process by giving it the anti-inflammatory things so that the inflammation doesn't damage the healthy with the bad. Other anti-inflammatory things to consider are antioxidants. Antioxidants help to repair your cells or help to fight against free radicals which damage your body's healthy cells. These antioxidants will be foods like your herbs and spices, tea and coffee, fresh fruits and vegetables, nuts and seeds. Another thing that also really helps are healthy fats. So avocados, olives, nuts, fatty fish like sardines, salmon. Those all help your body to get the inflammation under control. Fiber, which actually feeds the good bacteria in your gut, helps make sure that that good bacteria also plays its role when it comes to controlling inflammation. Then there's water. Staying hydrated helps your body to flush out toxins. Toxins can also cause inflammation, so helping make sure that you get rid of as many toxins as possible is a great way to support your body. Another thing that helps to naturally flush out toxins are cruciferous vegetables. This would be broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, as well as rockets or arugula. Those help pull toxins out of your body, and they also fall under the vegetable side. So if your diet has a variety of vegetables or a variety of herbs or even a variety of fruits, that helps your body make sure that you get a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits. So when it comes to planning your grocery list, always try and incorporate anti-inflammatory foods. So lean towards getting fresh produce because that's where you get most of the nutrients still intact. Processed foods like canned vegetables or foods with artificial colorants, artificial flavorants, try and steer away from those, mainly because those can actually cause more inflammation in your body, as well as refined sugar. So those increase inflammation. And the last thing you want to do is consistently add things that contribute to the inflammation while still trying to have the anti-inflammatory parts. So lean more towards keeping that inflammation under control. That is why it's always important to try and read the labels. That ingredient list at the back of your favorite food items actually tells you what was added to that item. The first item on the ingredient list is the one that's most potent. So if you're buying a spice blend and it has salt as the first ingredient, it means that that spice is predominantly salt. So always be careful with that if you're someone who's monitoring your blood pressure. Another thing to consider when it comes to managing inflammation is how you prepare your meals. So the foods that are anti-inflammatory, some of them are actually heat sensitive. So your vegetables, avoid overcooking your spinach. So 10 minutes at most will be sufficient to make sure that the spinach is fully cooked. And avoid adding too much water. So like when you're cooking rice, don't drown the rice in water. Make sure that as much of the nutrients stays within it as possible. Because if some of the nutrients seep into the water and you end up having to chuck out that water, you will be losing some nutrients. Then when it comes to planning a meal, planning your meals, it's all about trying to incorporate as many anti-inflammatory benefits as possible. For example, breakfast. Fiber would be something like oats or wheat bix. Nuts, like pecan nuts or almonds, or even peanut butter. Those would be great ways of adding the healthy fat option into that. Then there's the fresh fruits and vegetable parts. You can add some apple slices in there or banana slices. Whatever fruit you can tolerate would be great to add into that meal. And then some cinnamon, not only for flavor, but also for the antioxidants. That helps make sure that you have a really nutrient-dense meal. And then there's lunch. With lunch, you would follow the same pattern. So try and incorporate maybe some herbs, some spices in there. If it's something that can't really have herbs and spices, like a sandwich, try and have a nutrient-dense spread, like peanut butter or any nut butter. Or if it's, let's say you're having like a tuna salad sandwich, having some herbs in that tuna salad. Or if it's eggs, again, herbs in the eggs will help make sure that you're increasing the amount of antioxidants in that meal. With supper, you would follow the same trend of herbs and spices, whole grains, fresh produce a lot of the time will help make sure that you are having a fully balanced meal. And then with your snacks as well. So nuts and seeds, fresh fruits, maybe even carrots as a snack will help make sure that you are getting a lot of antioxidants as well as a lot of anti-inflammatory benefits. When it comes to supplementing for anti-inflammatory benefits, it is important to consider what your diet gives you and what you may be getting from a supplement. For example, turmeric or curcumin is a really good supplement for helping with controlling inflammation. It's a great anti-inflammatory supplement. But if you're someone who regularly uses turmeric, you would still be getting that benefit from your diet. Another important or another vital and supplement would be probiotics. So probiotics are the actual bacteria that your gut actually needs. So those kind of go into your gut and help you to start to make more of that good bacteria in your gut. Food-wise, this would be found in cheese, so as long as it's not processed, so aged cheeses, as well as moss. So moss is a really good antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, mainly because of the live cultures that's in there. When it comes to checking whether or not your yogurt has the live cultures, so the probiotics, check the ingredient list. It would say cultures or live cultures or mouse cultures. So the word cultures tells you that it has those probiotics. There aren't that many brands in South Africa that include this, but they are available. So maybe checking on Google to see probiotic yogurts in South Africa and see which ones are available at your local supermarket. If your diet doesn't include cheeses, moss, or even kombucha or kefir, which are common and probiotics, maybe you can consider a probiotic supplement if you notice that you experience a lot of bloating, a lot of constipation, or if you notice that your gut health isn't always at its peak. So if you notice that when you're stressed out, you experience a lot of bloating or a lot of constipation, consider taking a probiotic during that time to support your gut health. The other important supplement is omega-3. Omega-3 is something you would get predominantly from fish, so fatty fish like sardines, tuna, although it's not as fatty, but tuna, prawns, and another fatty fish that's also really good for helping you get the omega-3 that you need is salmon. So salmon and sardines seem to be the fatty fish that help you get quite a bit of of omega-3. So incorporating fish helps you to get a lot of omega-3. If you know that you're not someone who regularly eats fish or you don't eat fish at all, consider an omega-3 supplement to help with managing that inflammation. Plant sources of omega-3 would be avocados, nuts, peanuts. But it is important to know that omega-3 from plants has to still be converted into your body's usable form of omega-3. And during that conversion, your body may lose some of that omega-3. So you may not get the exact same amount or as high an amount as what you would have gotten from fish. So an omega-3 supplement would help make sure that you're getting as much omega-3 as possible. When picking a supplement for omega-3, look at the nutritional table. When it comes to fish oil omega-3s, the amount on the front package is not necessarily the total omega-3. The nutritional table, look for EPA, DHA. Those are types of omega-3. And combined, they need to add up to, for women, more than, or at the very least, 1,100 milligrams if you're someone who doesn't eat fish. For men, 1,600 milligrams if you're someone who does not eat fish. That way you know that your omega-3 supplement is giving you enough of that. And diet-wise, again, always ensure that you are incorporating a nice variety of produce, fruits, vegetables, as well as unprocessed foods to help make sure that you're giving your body the best of the anti-inflammatories.